Hello, good people. It's Tracy.
And I'm Dan.
And you're watching Midlife Mamaw on YouTube. Dan, what is today?
Saturday.
And what is it doing?
It's rain.
Oh my goodness. So sick of mud and rain and mud.
Well, tomorrow we get, if forecast holds true, we'll get to deal with snow and teen temperatures.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nobody informed me of this. I did not sign off on this. Maybe I'll be able to make a snowman.
Yeah.
You know, I always have the snowman challenge, and nobody plays along. Nope, I take that back. My cousin Tatum did one year. Yeah, she did a much better snowman than I did, but I don't know why it is that people don't want to build a snowman. I just go out there. I couldn't make one, so I drew one. I did. Anyway, so it's Saturday. We're doing our normal thing. Going here, going there, trying to get this done. Dan's going in with me over at the grocery store. Aren't you, Dan?
Yeah, she twisted my arm behind my back until I said uncle multiple times and agreed to do it. Y'all, I honestly...
You're such a liar.
Y'all, I honestly hate shopping. I really, really hate shopping.
He hates it worse than I do. Grocery shopping. Do you hate grocery shopping or just all shopping?
All shopping.
Yeah, I knew it was all shopping. He hates it. I just hate. And hate is such a terrible word to use.
Dislike.
Isn't it? I dislike. I loathe.
Well, I'm not sure that's any better than hate here.
Well, okay, I dislike grocery shopping, but all the other shopping, I'm fine. Thrift store shopping, and I was talking to one of my girlfriends on YouTube about that. Susan. She knows what it's like to thrift store shop because she finds some of the best stuff. She does. You know, there's those people that can go somewhere and they just have an eye for it. You know, they go to yard sales, flea markets, estate sales, thrift stores, you know, whatever, and they just have an eye for, you know, finding the neat stuff. And you remember, I told you that story once upon a time I went to a yard sale with somebody and they was just trying to get rid of their stuff. And the reason I ain't saying names is because I don't want to say names. Anyway, went to a yard sale and I was looking at the cosmetic jewelry because I'm a cosmetic jewelry nut, and I went right past it because there was nothing in there. There was one piece that I kind of liked it, but it was a gaudy ring, and I thought it was just so gaudy that I should have it, but I thought, no, I might find something else. I'll come back to it. Well, I didn't, and this other person that was with me got it. Bought it for $1. I'm not kidding. And it turned out, excuse me, it turned out to be worth like $1,500. It was real.
Now you did hit the gold on your other ring, the one I got for you at the pawn shop.
Oh yeah, that was a big one. Yeah, you spent $90.
Yeah.
Okay, big thing. This is one of those story moments. Sit down, peoples.
Yeah, this is a good one, y'all.
I'm not going to tell them the whole story because we ain't got that kind of time. Okay, one day, invite us for supper. We'll come over and I'll tell you. I like chicken. I like everything. Anyway, so I don't know. Good Lord. Probably 20 years ago. Dan, we was at a pawn shop and we was looking around. Dan was looking for tools and stuff, and you know, that
anything
people
I might want.
Yeah, and so I started looking and I went, ooh, they have they have jewelry. And I'm so I found this really gaudy ring. Oh my gosh. I don't wear it right now. And it's not gaudy. But there's some people that think that it is. But, it's very beautiful. And I don't wear it right now because, well, I outgrew it. I got fat. Anyway, it hasn't been that long since I wore it, but my hands stay swollen. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I don't wear it. I'll show it to you someday. Anyway, so, and it is big and obnoxious.
And gaudy.
Oh, it's so gaudy. God, I loved it. And it was so me, and I asked him, I said, can I have it? Which was more like, can I have it?
Yeah, that was about right.
And so he bought it for me, and it was like $90, $100, after tax and all that crap. Okay. So years passed, and everybody commented on this. There was just so many people. Hold on a minute. People commented on this ring all the time. Everyone, and not because it was gaudy. It was because they were like, "Is that real? Is that?" And I'm like, "Okay." Well, finally, one day when I was at work, there were several people. But anyway, I'm giving you the short and skinny of it. There was one that was a jeweler. Pretty, reliable, respectable person. And in our neck of the woods. And he saw it when he was when he was visiting with me. And he came back, didn't he? I'm trying to remember how it went.
I thought there was two people. The first
there was,
one...
but I'm just talking about the one.
Okay.
I'm trying to do the short and skinny. Anyway. Dang it. And he came back with all of his stuff because I wouldn't let it out of my side. I will not let my ring out of my side. None of my jewelry. And so he came back with all that junk. And he had all this stuff. And he was like, he offered me how much? I forgot.
It was either $1,000 or $1,500 right there on the spot for it.
Yeah, he offered me that much money right then, and I said no. And he gave me his card. I showed you the card.
Yeah.
He gave me his card, and then he wrote his email or something on the back of it or something. And he was like, "If you change your mind, call me, and I'll come out here." He said, "Cash money." And I was like, okay. So I said no. And then it's been appraised at how much?
I don't know.
Considerable amount over that. And so he was wanting to make a really good deal that day. And it's called Heirloom jewelry. Am I saying it right?
I think so.
It's an antique heirloom jewelry. So, first of all, the pawn shop didn't know what they had. And second of all, we didn't know what we had. And so that was my ring deal. But it has it's very old. And it has an actual emerald in it.
A big emerald in the center.
It's actually a big one.
Surrounded by diamonds.
I'll try to put a picture of it here. Okay, but it's an actual emerald, and I was like, I thought they were brighter than that, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It's an actual emerald. It might look darker because on the picture or something like that. I try to show it, but it's the way that it was made, and it was that whatever I was told. And so that's my find, and I will never know. Actually, my daughter has already claimed it. Hasn't she?
Yeah.
She's claimed my entire jewelry box. She said, when you die, because she knows I will one day, she said, that jewelry box is mine. And I was like, okay. And she also said, your rings are mine, your bracelets are mine, your earrings are mine, everything is mine. She's covering the whole base. She don't want nothing but that jewelry box. Anyway, she knows there's some stuff in there. I got some pretty stuff, cosmetic jewelry, and I've got some that is not cosmetic jewelry. I've got heirlooms of my own that my kids bought for me or made for me, bracelets that they made for me. I mean, it's been serious. So anyway, I quit talking about that ring and everything.
And I'll talk about my find at a yard sale.
Let him tell you about his find.
Probably the best find the only really good find I ever got. I actually went to a yard sale back out in Coreyton where we used to live, and I came across a collector's edition Lionel train set, still in the box. It was one that was only sold to automobile dealerships, so you had to be an employee to get it in the first place. And I bought it for $15, and I ended up selling it for $250, $300. And it worked.
That was his deal. I didn't know nothing about. I still don't know nothing. I like trains, but I don't know anything. Dan's a big train butt, aren't you?
I like yeah.
That's the train. He has tried so hard to be a member of a couple of communities. One was in Coreyton. They would meet at the community center next to the caboose, right? Not too far from the caboose.
Yeah.
And he went to a few meetings there, and then it just fizzled out. They just quit meeting.
Yeah,
and what was that place up there at Oak Ridge that we bought a membership
Southern
to?
Appalachia Railroad Museum.
And we went up there. We went on an excursion. Is that how you say? With the trains, and we were in the dining cart, and we had a really good time. And so we bought us a membership, and then they've shut the train down.
What it was, they lost the rights. The company that owned the railroad line that they were using for the excursion decided not to grant them an extended lease. So
they had to shut down everything.
They had to shut it down. The engines and the cars that they had, they are currently on several other excursion railroads. I think a couple of the cars are up north.
Are they still restoring the cars and the engines like they were before?
Yeah.
He keeps up with it. I don't anymore. I mean, I'm everywhere, but right there.
I get an email 2 or 3 times a month letting me know what they're doing.
And they're always wanting volunteers.
Yeah, and unfortunately, our time is just
very limited.
Very, very limited.
But if there's anybody that's in, the Oak Ridge area, or somebody who, would like to travel a little bit of a distance to go and help them out, or if you needed the credit for, your college stuff, I mean, that would be a great thing for you to do. Just contact them, and don't they have a Facebook page still?
I think so.
We'll see what we can do about getting you some information down in the description, okay? But yeah, so that one fell apart. They, no more, and I was so excited about that. So if you know of any groups, railroad groups in our area, that would be awesome for you to leave that. But I just, I've done searches for them, and there just doesn't. I love railroads. The railroad trains and the. You know what tickles me? I like he hit the brakes. Scared me a little bit. Thought I was going to die. I like the ones that, the trains that, the old ones. Like that one that they was restoring, that dining car.
Yeah.
And then the passenger car and all this stuff. I really like those things. I like to go in there. I like to feel what it was. I immerse myself in the experience. I try to, back in the 30s and the 20s and, then before, I try to feel like it was back then and what it must have been like. I mean, it's awesome. It was really a great place, and I wish that they hadn't lost their lease on that, but, good for them. Hopefully they will continue to restore and enjoy doing what they do the best, and that's what they've been doing for years. Some of them have been doing them.
Yeah, and a lot of the people, the volunteers working on restoring these trains, they are retired railroad people. They're retired engineers, conductors, brakemen, so they really know what they're doing.
And you don't have to know, anything about that stuff to help restore or to work on things. They paint them. They
will show you exactly what to do.
Yeah, they tell you. And I don't know. I think it's a really big shame that we can no longer do that. I was going to do that announcer thing. I was going to work my way into that. Like you didn't see that coming. Anyway, so let's go to the grocery store. We just left the Chinese place because we decided we didn't want Taco Bell, right?
Right.
All right, then. But we were on our way up here anyway. We had to go to Engels because Dan has a hankering
for a hunk of cheese.
Copyright 1973. There was no music with that. Anyway, and if you know what that was from, then
you had a great childhood.
You're awesome. You did have a great childhood. I'm gonna have to sing that one day if I can remember all the words. But over there is our Engels. Actually, it's not even in Newmarket. This is in Morristown. But we had to stop and get us something to eat so that we didn't go over here and buy everything under the sun. You know how it is when you're hungry and you go over to the grocery store, or if you're thirsty and you go to the grocery store, you're going to buy a bunch of stuff. So you have to stop that before it happens. But this is our wonderful Engels, and they do have some spectacular deals here. But you just have to kind of sort through them just like any other place you go. And that's why I dislike going to the grocery stores, because I just don't want to. But I have to. You're dragging your cord, dude. You're dragging your cord. You're going to make it hard for anybody else to plug up. Parents with children, you have no children.
Yes, I do. You.
Oh, what did Tracy say before she left the house? Or what did she ask you before she left the house?
If I was going in.
And what did you do when I went in?
I stayed out here because you were only getting the chicken salad. There was no need for me to go in if that was all we was getting.
All right, Broomhilda. I got you tagged, Amber. This is why we don't go grocery shopping. There's crazy people in there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's raining. I understand that some of you are freaks of nature and you like to go grocery shopping. I'm kidding. Danny, onward to Aldi's for more grocery shopping.
Yeah, you have fun with that.
Oh. I survived Aldi's Saturday, January 19th. Ooh. Oh. It looks nasty in our neck of the woods. Can you see it? Look! It's Burger King. Anyway, we said earlier we went to eat Chinese food. Love the owners there at the Golden Dragon. And she's so sweet, isn't she?
She is. She really is.
Well,
we've been there so much that she speaks to us every time we come in and every time we leave.
look at the amount of people out shopping. It's not just been grocery store shopping. It's just everybody's everywhere. I've never seen so many. It's like Christmas all over again. And this is a small town. And it's like, they ain't nobody home anywhere. Look at Waggles.
Oh, wow.
Let me see what the gas price is. $1.89. So, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, everybody's out shopping, and I thought that people would be saving their money because they were so terrified of the government shutdown and everything falling apart and the Cheetos apocalypse and just all kinds of stuff happening, and zombies coming in massive herds. It could happen any day. Anyway, sorry for my little 19th day of January thing, but that was the day. Well, how long has it been since your brother passed away?
4 years.
5 years. 5 years today, his brother. So instead of course we're sad about that, but tell me one good thing about your brother that you remember. Hurry. Don't think too hard. Hurry. He's sitting over here smiling.
There's just nothing.
His long hair.
Yeah.
That Monte Carlo. I'll come up with all kinds of stuff here in a minute.
His 67 Impala. Yeah. Love that car.
And that long hair. This man was like, he had hair not quite as long as mine. Mine comes down to my
Sam's came down
way
about
down
halfway down to the middle of his shoulder blades.
Yeah.
But he always kept it styled nice.
Yeah, he always had great hair. You know what?
And then he ended up like me, slick as a gourd on top.
Yeah, but his was later. You started losing your hair when you were 22?
No.
24.
I actually started losing my hair when I was 17, according to my hair person.
Really?
Yeah. She said I was starting to thin the last time she cut my hair, or one time when she cut my hair.
Wow.
And then it really started showing when I turned 19. And then by 25, 26, I'm as slick on top as you could get.
Well, and your brother, he lost his hair, but it took him many years later. Mm-hmm. He was 44 years old when he passed away. He had been diagnosed for 4 years, wasn't it? He
fought cancer for 4 years.
He did experimental treatments, things that a lot of people would not do because he knew that his cancer was a death sentence. And so he opted to do the experimental treatments. We forgot to turn in that money order. He opted to do experimental treatments, medications, so that they could further their research. Plus, he was also hoping that maybe one of them would cure him or, give him a longer life than what they expected. So he actually lived 4 years after his diagnosis. And then 5 years ago, he passed away suddenly at the hospital in the emergency room, and he was married and had 2 children and a whole bunch of family that really miss him, and especially one girl in Texas, our daughter. But you know, he's in a much better place, and he was a child of God. He had been saved, and he was a citizen of heaven, so he's in a much better place, but he is missed. So, and I don't want us to, I guess I just don't want us to miss saying something good about him when, you know, when it's a very sad day for Dan and the rest of his family, myself included. But you know, you gotta remember them roses, I think. And he used to have, he's like Dan, had every car under the sun, loved cars. They used to do the model cars
in addition to the big ones.
They did, in addition to, you know, fixing up, or what is it called? It's not called repurposing. Restoring, there we go. Repurposing cars and things of that nature. You know, in real time. They also did the model cars as adults, and even went to a model car show together. Didn't you go to a couple of them, or one or 2 or whatever?
We went to 2 of them.
And go into the flea markets looking for more models. So, you know, Dan misses him an awful lot. That was his buddy. And they was all the time talking model cars, and, you know, that was his brother. So, anyway, I've got to fix this payment out for our lights, or we won't have any lights come Monday afternoon. So let me do that. Alright, so they won't turn our lights off come Monday. And we're not going to say anything else about your brother, right? We are going to say his name. Danny, and his brother's name was Sam. Anyway, so now we're on our way home. I know we're just so exciting, aren't we, guys? We are. It's raining. The snow is supposed to start early in the morning. I don't know. It's not supposed to be really any accumulation, is there?
Preliminary said a light dusting.
A light dusting. Oh, please. And the northeast and the north and northeast is getting hammered. Sorry, guys. I don't want to share in that. And we want to say hello to Mike and Krista Sabo. God, man, I hope I'm saying that last name right. I'm so sorry if I'm not. It's either Sabo or Sabo. Or you know what? Hi, Mike and Krista.
There you go.
Anyway, so y'all gonna have to tell me how to say that. Anyway, over there, we're not gonna go and get no angel water today because I didn't bring my bucket with me. But see, over there is great. You see the little churchy looking white place? It used to be a church. It's called Grey Dove. Somebody gonna have to go with me. It's an art place. They also do like weddings there and some other neat stuff. And over there, which you can't see, hold on. That's a barbecue place. It's one of those truck things. Let's look forward until you see that brick house over there in the distance, kind of in the center of the screen. It's got lights in the window. That is called the Menace House, and I put a link to their Facebook page down in the description. If you're ever in our neck of the woods, or you know, and you're going to go to the Smokies or something like that, make sure that you stay at the Menace House. It's a bed and breakfast. It's privately owned, and I mean, just check it out. And I hope that you all decide to come to our neck of the woods, and if you do, give us a holler. And I've got to go into Family Dollar, guys.
Just when she thought it was safe to go
Just
back
when
in the
I
store.
thought it was over. Oh. No, I don't care to go in here. This isn't the grocery store. The grocery store is mean. People's mean, guys. But, oh, they've got clearance. Don't look at the clearance items. See, our Family Dollar and the Dollar Tree, or the Dollar Stop Dollar Tree, it's kind of a mesh here. It's craziness. Anyway, I want a Mighty Dollar. And if y'all don't know what Mighty Dollar is, look it up online. See if you got one in your area. Danny, I need the card. See you in a bit. I went in and I only spent $4. How did I spend $4? Oh, that soda. Your blinkers ain't on. I mean, your windshield wipers ain't on. So, did you miss me?
I did. These are my drizzle flippers, y'all.
Drizzle flippers flipping back and forth. Don't you wish you were with us so you could laugh along? I will have a song, a theme song before too long. Yes, I will. Anyway, so it's just pouring rain 1 minute and then drizzling the next. And so it's just a blah, 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 blah day, isn't it?
It is.
But the shopping's done, which means that I can spend more time on YouTube and Dan can play his game.
Yes. Actually, y'all, I've not been playing my game too much. Because last week, if you remember, we went to our favorite little bookstore at the White Pine's Books. And I've always been a big fan of...
I'll put a link to their store in the description.
Of the author Harry Turtledove. He writes alternate history. And I picked up a complete series of his books for less than $10. And I've actually been reading those. And I was up till after 1 o'clock this morning reading them.
Who is it?
His name is Harry Turtledove.
Harry Turtledove.
And it's not the first series of his books that I've read. Because trust me, I've read a lot of his books. And they are good. They will get you.
And what about
right
Clive?
there. Oh, well, Clive's still my favorite author. Clive Cussler, y'all.
Clive Cussler. He's really a very nice man. And you can find him. We'll have to promote. Oh, Clive, we're gonna have to put his link to his website down there. He's on Facebook too, and his son.
And anyway, so that's what I've been doing. What I did most of yesterday evening, and really enjoyed them. Got something else you want to say there?
Usually I'm the one that's talking, but today Danny's been a little chatty. What happened to you?
And you're talking like this is a bad thing.
It's not a
right?
bad thing, but you freak me out because I'm not used to it. And then all these people on here, they're like, you need to let him talk more. And stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. And then you won't talk. And then now today, you're like showing that you do have a voice.
I do.
I guess he got to be in the mood. But we're going to be going. I have been talking to some people that is associated with the museum that we're going to be going to. I know I promised you that, and I also promised you some crafts, and we're in the works of doing that. Actually, some very neat crafts, but I've got to be honest, I have to clear my workspace, don't I?
Yes, you do.
Oh, my mercy.
She has multiple projects going on at one time, so bear
And
with
you know
her.
how it makes a mess? When you have so, oh, my mercy. But I'm still doing my daily planner. And I've been watching, like, Becky from Becky's Life. She does her daily planner, and she shows you how she's decorating it and everything, which gives me wonderful ideas. And I just love her channel. So, and she is down in my faves list down in the description. Please check out her channel. Just because if you don't, and if you don't check out the rest of them that's on that list, you're missing out. For reals. Because there's some really great people. And it's not a complete list, because that list would be very long. It's just that, you know, I really think you need to check out my friends on there, and because they're wonderful people. They really are. Great hearts, wonderful skills, talented beyond you can even possibly imagine. Ray's the bravest soul that I know, and besides my Dan, and my son's pretty doggone brave too. But you know, and Mike is on there. That's Mike and Krista and Claudie and Susan. There's check them out. Becky and I mean, it's just Cindy. There's just so many good people out there with such wonderful things to share with us on YouTube. Aren't you all glad of that? I mean, because we're boring. Dan's like, I ain't boring. But right now, this is the winter. We're still trying to get, you know, a good day to go. And like I said, I've been in contact with someone over this museum so that we could have permission. You know, I knew the ins and outs and what is going on here. Well, I'll let you all see.
Looks like they're, I don't know.
I don't know either. Oh, he sprung a leak. Did you see that? Excitement in our neck of the woods never ends. I have no idea what that thing was. Do you? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. But I have been working on the museum piece, as in getting everything set up. I've got to have an arrival day and one that is, just in case we can't make it, a secondary date. And then we should be able to show you exactly. It's a nice little place, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I really am excited about going back, and I want you all to come with us, because, you know, just like in other people's videos, when you take us places with you, or you take us into your home, or share some of your, you know, your creativity or something like that, you're sharing a piece of you that is just so priceless. And I'm just so happy, and I want to show everybody that, you know, in our neck of the woods, we got some stuff to talk about. And I'll show you some more about that, hopefully very soon. That's all I can say. But the crafty stuff, yeah, I gotta get my button gear today, guys, and get that thing cleared so that we can do this, because Dan's helping me. He's actually excited about it, because I told him what we were going to do. And he's also got his little friend that he's supposed to bring to life. That's going to be fun. It's going to take all of about, what, 5 seconds?
Yeah. And we forgot the distilled water.
No, don't tell them. If the distilled water is underneath the sink.
Oh.
Yeah, you got it. So, we will let you all know more about that very, very soon. So hang with us, guys. Eventually this winter junk is going to be over with, and we're going to go to Texas. And guess what we're going to do when we go to Texas, Dan?
We're going to the aquarium.
We're going to the Dallas Aquarium. So that's going to be fun. And Dan's looking like, I don't want to drive in Dallas.
I don't want to drive to Texas, but
anyway, we're going to let you go at this point. I love you guys so much for subscribing and staying with us here on Midlife Mamaw. People's wanting to know what it was, why it was that we named it Midlife Mamaw. Well, the thing is that I became a grandmother during my midlife crisis. During my midlife. So we just called myself Midlife Mamaw, and actually my daughter and I came up with that. So we got mail.
You got mail?
We got mail. Danny, anything else you want to say to the good people?
No,
Me neither. Hope y'all have a great weekend and a great start to the day. The week next week. And we'll see you soon, okay? Say bye, Dan.
See y'all.
Bye. What have I got?